Rachel calls me by another man's name. So I'm not very content. I'm not happy. I gotta do stuff tomorrow. I don't have time to sit here and hold on.
All right, so this clip, I wanted to talk about this one just because of the argument and the lack of communication that went on here. I felt this part was important because Jose, this is from Made at First Sight from the Houston season. And when Rachel kind of explained this later on, he overreacted to the name that she called him by another man's name. And this was just like how you'll call your child by another, one of their siblings' name. So it was something like that, where it wasn't like they were having sex and she called another man's name. Now, if that would have happened, I would understand completely what Jose was talking about. But that wasn't the case. She misspoke and said someone else's name. We all do that. We're thinking about somebody else and we're looking at you, but we call you by someone else's name. That happens to everyone at some point in their life. So I don't understand why he got so upset by that. Now, I don't know who the guy was. I don't know if it was an ex or a coworker or anything like that, because I really just don't remember that part. But he overreacted to nothing. The kitchen of the shouting and stuff, I thought that was really unnecessary. And the producer was there too. And I feel the producer should have said more, try to calm him down. But I don't know what was said or not said in that scene, beside him calling her out her name, telling her to get out and pack your bags and stuff like that. What I did like was how Rachel was calm, trying to speak to him in a calm tone, try to resolve the issue, but he was not having it, and I don't understand why. I don't know if it's a short man syndrome thing, whatever he's got going on, but yeah, I felt he overreacted to something that was not very important, of being called by someone else's name. It's just making no sense to me.
Look, I'm gonna somewhat agree with Jose, okay? I am not gonna be crazy about being called by someone else's name. Now, whoever the name was, I'll need a little more context. Was this just a random name? Does this name mean something to you? Was it an ex? Was it just someone you're daydreaming about? The exception I make is if you call me by a celebrity's name, preferably a handsome one. Now I'm like, hey, okay, I'm fine. I'll be compared to that. But otherwise, Jay says this can happen. You just have somebody else's name. I'm not fully in agreement with that, okay? If you're talking to me, then you should only have my name involved. So somebody else's name coming out of your mouth, that's going to confuse me. Now, I agree with Jay in the sense that it didn't need this entire blow up. Now, me as a person, I don't blow up like that, period. I always want to have a rational conversation and keep my voice to this level. So you can have a conversation. Now, the thing that I did see, regardless of how much of an impact it has, she turned it around right away. Even though some people may say she wasn't fully in the wrong, she just made a mistake and said another person's name, so there is some wrongdoing. But as it escalated, of course, Jose could have taken a different approach, but we're here now. She started to turn it around like, wow, okay, I make this kind of mistake, and now you're gonna treat me this way? This is who you really are. Look, you said another person's name. I'm still on that, okay? It's just you and me talking. Why was another name involved? That's where I'm at. Could have been handled different, yes. More rational conversation to get through with this. especially if both of you actually love each other and care about each other, then yes, come together. Even if it has to get in a political state, like just talking PC term to PC term, so be it. But another person's name came out of your mouth that wasn't me, I'm not going to be cool with it. I'm not going to yell at you, but I'm not going to be cool with it. And don't turn it around on me, okay? Let's not forget, this all started because you made a mistake.
So, how was your day today?
Everything last night, the way you acted towards me, the way you spoke to me, the way you expressed that how you weren't happy was okay.
I told you that. I told you I wasn't happy.
The way you expressed that you were not happy, the way you did it, was that okay?
Apparently not.
There's no way. My mom and my dad raised me better than that to let a man talk to me that way.
Okay.
I don't trust you at all.
Same. I'm just saying, you called me by a different man's name.
And I immediately apologized. And it was a sincere apology. But you locked me out.
You disappear. I don't know what you're doing, so I
I
waited
was
for
here with Brittany. I walked her out. We spoke some more. I didn't take anything with me. You had gone to bed. I come back, and it's dead bolted. And so I'm banging on Mirala's door. I'm banging on Brett's door. I'm banging on everybody's door. I'm calling all my friends in the middle of the night to tell them that my husband locked me out of the apartment.
You know I lock the door every night. I secure my property before I go to sleep.
Without your wife home.
I don't know where you were at or what you were doing.
Then ask.
Like you just took off.
Then ask. I feel like you don't care.
I don't know. I really don't know. Seriously.
Jose is completely in the wrong. It's like he didn't even care. And then when she was like, do you think that was right? And he was like, apparently not. It's like, apparently not. You thought what you did was okay. I had a whole bunch of issues during this conversation. It's like, she explained that she apologized immediately after it happened, and it was a sincere apology. But then he was like, he made the statement, you know, I secure my property. For one, this is not your house. This is a rented space that producers give to you guys to live together. So it's not your property, for one, okay? So that struck a chord with me too. I do like how her tone was at a good level pace. She didn't raise it, wasn't too high, wasn't too low. She was like, hey, this is how I felt, this wasn't right. And he didn't give any type of apology, didn't, like, how can you defend what you did and then you locked her out all because she said another dude's name and you're just being petty about it? There was no reason for that. So for this particular, like an argument like this, you can't be prideful when you're in the wrong. There's no way he felt that he was right because she made a small mistake that was nothing. So I can't wait to hear what Mafuchi has to say about, is he siding with Jose? Is this a cultural thing? Please let me know, Mafuchi.
Well, way to go, Jose. Way to make me look like an a-hole now as I defended you in the previous clip. I'm still not okay with being called another name. She apologized, okay. I'm still having a conversation. But now this gets into petulance on Jose's part, okay? I understand this. This is probably a mama's boy. Because I started to feel similar things. This is probably stuff that I would do in my youth in a relationship. He knew what he was doing. He was so hurt about it. I'm hurt a little bit, but not to the point where I'm gonna lock her out. And then Jose must love riding bikes because he was backpedaling a lot in this conversation the next morning. He already had an agenda. And he saw it through, which is she left and he deadbolted. That was it. He was done with it. He wanted to prove a point, and it's not the right point to actually make in this situation. You petulant child. Again, I know my own kind, and this is not the way to handle it. As Jay said, Rachel kept it nice and calm. And that's how I handle the conversations. Nice and calm. Let's just get our points across. And even at the end of it, if we don't agree, okay, at least we put it all out there and we know where we stand. If we need another day, so be it. So calmer heads can prevail, as they say. But come on, Jose, you made me look like an asshole. I don't appreciate that. I was with you for a little bit, but this is nonsense, okay? You're not a teen anymore. You're not a child. But it seems that you are a man cub, and you're gonna act like this. You're gonna end up not alone, because the only people at this point that'll take you back in is your family. Hey somebodies, come check out my channel where I give you my candid thoughts and opinions on various topics and weird news reports. So stop by for some tomfoolery and ballyhoo. Cute little guy, eh?